Hello, it's Monday 14th of October. We don't normally record on a Monday, but I'm on a bit of a 3-day trip, or they reckon it's going to be about a 3-day trip by the time I've got finished. I'm in backs and beyonds of Nottingham at the moment, having just picked up a whole load of concrete section part things. They're just like massive, great big concrete sections. I don't know how to describe them really. Big bits of concrete. But they use them for buildings, like big concrete sheds that you see. I've got three deliveries to do around Cornwall, including Falmouth, just in a disused airfield at the minute. Where else are we going? We've got Falmouth, Crediton, Devon, and Tepcot, Holsworthy, and then Helston. In Cornwall. So we've got a few miles to do. The first one's 230 miles away. Bouncy truck. Not as bouncy as the other one, still bouncy. So yeah, 230 miles. It's about a 6-hour journey, somewhere around about there, including a break in the middle somewhere. Although it might take an hour to get off this airfield. Potholes are massive. So we're going to turn the camera around so you can see where we're going. Once I get a bit of level ground. There we go, Stevie Ange cam to the rescue. Tilt it back a little bit. Get rid of the bottom of that windscreen if we can. There we go. So we won't be getting there today. Today's about getting loaded and getting somewhere near the first drop, and then we'll conquer the rest of the drops, or we'll conquer the drops hopefully tomorrow, and then it will be trying to find something around the area to bring back, or come back empty, whatever the case may be. So it's quite a journey, but I'm looking forward to it, and like I did the east to west journey, I'll probably do something similar with this one. Watch out for these speed bumps, they're a bit aggressive. So we need to straighten up a little bit. A bit of left hand down, I think. Such of a bull, wait for it. Yeah, I feel like I'm in an aeroplane now. About there I reckon. That'll do. Although now it looks like it's gone the other way. That'll do. So our journey will find us working away down towards the M5 down to Exeter. We'll do the M42, pick up the M5 all the way down to Exeter, and then we'll probably be looking for somewhere to stay once we get around that area somewhere. bits of steel on the back of his truck. There we go, we've got to go right. Because the sign says we've got to go right. And Mr. Car there doesn't really want to sit there on the corner because you're about to get taken out. It's my mate Si that passed his test a few weeks ago. I think he's coming for a driving assessment later on today. So I hope that all goes according to plan for you. I'm sure it will. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. Now, as I said in my last video, I've been asked if I can do a bit of a questions and answers section. So once I either get parked up or start my brake or whatever, see how I feel, I'm probably just going to need to have a kip when I have my brake, to be fair, because I've been on the go all morning. I shall do it probably when I get parked up in a bit later on for the night. So towards the end of this video, I'll do the questions and answers. I have a few questions that have been asked via YouTube, via the comments, so thank you very much for them. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook. That's absolutely fine. You can also ask your questions there. And I don't want to take up loads and loads of time during the video with questions and answers, so what I'll do is I'll pick 2 or 3 and we'll do the 2 or 3 questions, and any that I don't answer within the video I shall answer either on YouTube or Facebook, whichever way you do it, as and when I can. Now please bear in mind that I'll always give an honest answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll do my best to find out, and I can't always guarantee that 100% I've given you the 100% legal version of the answer. It might be the answer you need to keep yourself productive in the game. And if I know the difference, I will point it out. I shall try not to lead you astray. The idea of these videos is to help those that need it, and for those that don't need it, that could maybe benefit. Don't forget as well, I have only been doing this for 2 years, although I have been on the road ever since I was 17, driving all kinds of vehicles, whether it's cars, vans, 7.5 tonners, then the class 2, now the class 1. So driving experience, absolutely plenty, loads and loads and loads, been all over Europe driving, doing the commercial side of it just for 2 years, seriously. I did the hospital delivery work, which was still palletised goods. There was quite a bit of handball involved with that. That's where I learned how to use ratchet straps and also pump trucks. And I did also use tail lifts, although by the time I'd had 20 odd years driving coaches and then came to drive a class 2, everything kind of went out the window. I could remember how to use a ratchet strap, but using a tail lift had completely gone by the by. So I'll always try and do the best. I'll try and give as many hints and tips as I can. That was close, wasn't it? Hints and tips, I nearly got it the wrong way around. Hips and whatever, I don't know. Anyway, we we're going to crack on with the day. I started at 5 o'clock this morning, on Monday morning. I've travelled across from Warwick to Colville by car, got myself set up for the week ahead, and the time now, it's nearly 1 PM. It's seriously taken all that length of time to get from Colville. The first collection was in Ilkeston, whatever you want to call it, and now I've come across to Nottingham for the second collection, and now I can start heading towards my deliveries. So it is 10 to 1, so I'm definitely not going to get down and delivered today, but we'll have a good go at getting somewhere close, hopefully kind of within an hour of my first drop, and then I can ring them up and say I'll be there at such and such a time in the morning, and at that point I will double check, make sure I've got the correct delivery address, make sure I know the route to where I'm going, because when you're delivering this stuff, sometimes they expect you to turn up in either a low loader or a flatbed. They don't always expect to see a curtainsider doing this type of work, so they may well turn around and say, oh yeah, you can come this way or you can go that way, and when you get there you've got low bridges or overhanging trees or, you know, this kind of thing. So it's always worth mentioning that you're in a curtainsider, and is that route suitable, especially on farms, or kind of tight roads. We are going to Cornwall. Cornwall's not the best for the width of the roads. It might be a bit of a challenge ahead. Certainly looks it. I have had a quick look at the first delivery point. Looks like some narrow roads around there, so I have to put my big pants on and, and man up. It's all good. I like a challenge. We'll love you and leave you for a bit, and once we get out back onto the main road, I'll start a time lapse, and then hopefully we can record either the majority or all of the journey down. I was actually surprised at the comments that I had for that time lapse. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. I thought, oh my god, there was such a lot of time lapse clip in that video, but it seemed to go down better than anything else. Maybe just fed up with me, hearing me and seeing me. I don't care. Right, so we'll love you and leave you for now. And the questions and answers bit will be coming up in a bit, and I shall also give a few shout outs, a few shout outs to some of the subscribers on YouTube that have left comments, and we'll do that in a bit. Right, catch you in a bit. Ta for now. video's question and answer bit. Now I'm just going to set up YouTube, get a list of the questions that I've had, so I can find the right app first. Here it is. So we parked up at junction 24 on the M5 at the truck stop. I've just been in, I've had ham, egg and chips for my tea. Very nice. So here we go then. We have a few questions. James Marriott, thanks very much for the idea. Here's your question then. So you've just passed a motorway junction when you get caught up in roadworks or an accident and you run out of driving time before you get to a motorway service station or a junction. What should you do? Simple answer to that, you just keep going until you can find somewhere safe to stop. If you're out of hours, these things happen. At the end of the day, things happen on the road. It's just the nature of the job. Keep going to the next services, or if you know there's a lay-by or something that you can use, you just have to keep going until you can stop. Leave your card in the machine, let it keep recording, and when you get stopped, do yourself a printout on the tacho and make sure you include all the information on the back as to why you went over your hours. And as long as you don't do it all the time, if you get stopped, you'll have the printout which you can just get straight away and give it to whoever needs it. What I do, I make 2 copies, so I do 2 printouts. I write on the back of both of them why I've gone over my hours. I keep hold of one and the other one gets stapled to the job sheet for that day and hand that into the office. The one that I keep, I have a diary, and I also write the story on the corresponding day in the diary and then staple it to that page. So if I get stopped, the enforcement officer would say, okay, you went over your hours on this date, can you explain why? Yep, I'll get my diary out, boom, there it is, there's your printout on the day with an explanation both on the printout and also in the diary, so you can prove straight away. I also use the tachogram app, and you get a little card reader. There's my diary, just to prove the fact, there's my diary. If I've gone over my hours at all, there you go. Right, so stapled in, explanation written on the back of the printout. There aren't many, just a couple. Same again there. Forgot to press rest. There you go. That was in the build up to my stag weekend, so I've probably had other things going on in my mind. Same again for that one. Forgot to press rest. Sometimes you just do. You just get carried away with whatever you're doing. You might be tired, you might have just collapsed in a heap. The other way is, if I can find it, tiredness. There is a card reader in there, there it is. So I have a card reader, tachogram, that plugs into my phone underneath, and then you just download or upload your driver card, goes into that card reader. There's an app, and then there's a diary, and you can do the same, you can write in the diary. So I've got a couple of ways that I can prove why I went over my hours, and it's not often, twice in a year, so that's okay. Right, Mr. Fezzy, do you have camera permanently plugged in? I sometimes use my GoPro, but the battery doesn't seem to last, so yes, I do. I have battery packs, again, in the drawer. These get charged up every day. I've got 3 or 4 of these with USB plug on the top. I've 2 cameras. I've got the 7 and the 3. One's a USB mini, and the 7 is a USB-C. So 2 battery packs, although I have got cables routed, so I can actually just plug them in to the cigarette lighter sockets with a cable and straight into the camera. With the Hero 7 you have to take the door off the side to access that, I think that's right. Although I've now got the microphone converters for both cameras, and with the 7 you can actually plug and charge as well as have your microphone in. With the Hero 3, I don't know why I'm pointing over there, it's up there at the minute. With the Hero 3 there's only one socket and it shares the USB mini, so your microphone adapter plugs into the same socket as your charger. So yeah, they're always on charge. We've got any other questions? How's married life treating? Yeah, good, really good. And Stevie Bloke, thank you very much for your comments. Thanks for your advice. I've got the other mount in the windscreen. It's dark as you get outside at the moment, so there's no point in showing you a picture of the windscreen because you're not going to be able to see it. But it's all there, all set up, stuck to the A pillar, which is the pillar between the windscreen and the door. It's got a sticky mount, so it's not in the windscreen, it's on the pillar. And a quick mention to Azad. Hello again, you're one of the original followers. Thanks very much for coming back and popping in and saying hello. I think that's about it. Cy Williams again, middle lane hoggers. Yeah, my issue with daily driving, they just seem to just sit there, don't they? And those that don't let you well, you move out to let them onto the motorway, then they just match your speed and sit there for miles, and you have to slow down and come back in behind them. Yeah. So there we go, I think that's about it. I did try the chest mount last week, but it's not that I'm sure, it's just the steering wheel's high and you couldn't see over the steering wheel, and the camera was about there, so can't really do anything about that. And I'm not a fan of the head mounts, because you move your head all the time and you just walk, so no, forget that one. But for the rest of you, thank you for your comments. Thanks for cheering me up. I've been on a bit of a downer lately with these videos because things just weren't working, but now we've got the system working, I'm kind of back up again, so your positivity has definitely given me a bit of a boost, so thank you all for that. That's it. We're at the end of day 1. We didn't get loaded till nearly 1 o'clock. Then I've had a 4-hour drive down to junction 24 of the M5. Decided to hurl it in there for the night at the truck stop, and tomorrow we'll be going from here to the first drop, which should take about an hour and a half, and then making our way down towards Falmouth. We'll keep videoing tomorrow, and we'll get these uploaded as soon as we can. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because you'd be watching it when they're uploaded. But it's Monday evening. It's, what time are we on? 7:20. Been done for the day. I was parked up 4:45. Didn't have any more time to go anywhere. Still started at 5 this morning, so it's a 12-hour day. Easy life for today. Tomorrow could be a different story with all these little farm lanes in Cornwall. But at some point through the week, I'm not going to do it now because it's Monday and everything was kind of thrown in this morning for the week ahead. But we'll have a bit of a look around the truck at some point through the week if we can. But for now, we shall bid you a good night. We're setting off at 6:30 in the morning for an 8 o'clock delivery. The builders are going to be on site when we get there, and he said there's no point in coming before 8 o'clock because we don't land till about 7:30, 7:45. They need to sort themselves out, I need to sort myself out, and it's still raining. Anyway, good night for now. Thank you very much. Keep the questions coming, and we'll try and do it once a week at least if we can. And as I mentioned, we'll pick 2 or 3 questions and do our best to give you some answers that hopefully satisfy your curiosity. Anyway, good night for now, I'm going to have to find the buttons to turn the camera off, or I could just reach over and press the button. Here we go, so trying to reconnect back to the camera. It'll do it this time. No, still connecting. Still connecting. There we go. There we go. That was quite good actually for this. Normally you can sit there for an hour and a half waiting for it to connect. Good night for now.